Well, you know the Ligue 1, it's the French league, also known as the Farmers League.
Famously, yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
You know why, Will? Because farmers are strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Toulouse got the better of Liverpool last night.
Mhm.
Lons had a famous core memory making moment against Arsenal. These aren't bad teams, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching, every time I watch PSG, the team, formerly BT, now TNT commentators love saying, well, look, this is what you get, lapping it up in the French league, not being challenged every week. It's like, they don't watch the French league.
No, there's no chance. It's not on any of the channels in this country or England.
They just go to Twitter and go, apparently it's a Farmers League, I'll just use that in the commentary tonight. No need to do any research. I'll just say, well, look, this is what you get when you're playing against part-timers and farmers, Fletch.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Melodrama upon melodrama!
This is a
Shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense!
He was miles off it yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all
Plenty
the
of
time.
time, no problem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. Ultra only episode.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Lock the
Ultras.
doors.
You're in the away section with the Ultras. Welcome in. It's intense in here.
In the cage.
It's going to get intense, and we're not going to be let out for hours after the game.
All Patreon episodes now have very loud sound effects in the background.
Yeah, and it'd be a man waving a flag in front of your screen the entire game too. So you can't really see it, but you just got to drink it in, embrace the emotions of the podcast. Yeah, we had Champions League European football. Well, I thought that was probably an early red flag for Brexit. I think that England always called it European football.
Yeah. Outside of us.
It's like, well, they never really embraced it. Now I think about it, but we obviously copy a lot of things that England do and say. So we call it European football too, even though we are clinging on to being part of Europe for your life. So I mean, but it still, when I say European football, everyone knows what it means. So I think I'm going to keep saying it, Will, regardless of politics.
Exactly.
But I mean, before that, well, we will talk about the European stuff as well. We had the game that I think we predicted some results for, Will.
Yeah.
Should we play the sound bite to that?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Spurs carry on the torch as the second place team this year, and this is not where they're confirmed to be second place. They're still going to be fighting for this title after this Chelsea win. They'll be back top of the table. That's what I predict.
Ooh, I think a 2-1 win for Chelsea, and our boy Mudryk will be on the score sheet. So we gave an attempt at predicting it. What we didn't predict was that it would be the maddest game of all time.
Can I say that I was going to be right if Spurs hadn't completely lost their minds?
Yeah, 100%.
They were going to just steamroll Chelsea like they should have, like they were good enough to do, and then for whatever reason,
What the fuck was that about?
Romero, or as I've seen him called this week, Will, the Sergio Ramos of the Premier League.
Fuck off. Sergio Ramos wasn't a total liability.
I don't know, man. I think if Romero was playing for Real Madrid, he'd look a lot better than he does.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Now, Sergio Ramos at his peak in the Spurs team, I think still a bit better, to be honest.
Yeah, he'd be a god.
But definitely playing with one of the two of the best teams in the league for years probably does help. Anyhow, we're getting bogged down on this unnamed Twitter comparison here that I just scrolled by. I will say that, I was going to be right. And then they got a few injuries. Maddison got injured.
Mm-hmm. Out until January, they said. Which when I saw that, I was like, oh, God, that's not good. And then I thought, it's actually a few weeks away.
It's more than that, really. It's like 6 weeks away.
6 weeks, yeah.
I mean,
and is this a classic silly season? Like old school?
Oh, what do you mean? Like buying players in
like
January?
Midweek games and...
Oh, sorry. I don't know. But I mean, it's more that if you're trying to beat City, you can't afford to like take a few weeks off. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it could be a killer for them. And then, Romero, was that a straight red for Romero? Or
That was a straight red. It was his third straight red challenge in 20 minutes. So the ref said, all right, that's it. No more.
He's gone. Udogie's missing the game, is he?
Mm-hmm.
He got
Van de Ven is walked off injured as well, which is never good.
So the Spurs you knew, Will, this season is gone.
Yeah.
Essentially, for the foreseeable. I mean, we're back to the old days of Spurs now, except without Harry Kane.
Yes. Did you see the clip of Ferdinand talking to Big Ange, about losing Harry Kane?
No, I didn't see that.
So you get in here, you come to a fabulous club, great setup, fantastic resources and facilities, and the moment you walk into the job, your best player, your captain, the top goal scorer at the football club, is edging for a move to pastures new, which is, I find, understandable given what he's given the club. You must have been it at that point, surely.
Yeah, look, it's bizarrely, it's the bit I love, mate. The heart of the challenge. It that's the stuff that gets me going.
Yeah, you wouldn't set the Roy Hodgson, would you?
No, like this new world of football punditry is so bizarre.
Which I think Rio Ferdinand is leading the way on.
Yeah, he kickstarted it. You know what kickstarted it? The Ollie campaign when he put the contract. We never looked back from there.
No, that made him go viral. It's like, look at this clown, but he used that like, well, at least I'm more famous now to people who maybe wouldn't have known me, like the younger generation who wouldn't have seen him play. It's like now he's a pundit. Now he's a known pundit, and he does the podcast. Some of his podcast clips, the one Patrice ever is very funny. Also, I don't know if, speaking of our rivals, Will, I don't know, see John Obi Mikel has a podcast now as well.
Stop. There's a new one every hour.
The Obi-Wan podcast.
Like, it sounds cheeky for us to be saying this, but is there anyone out there like wanting a John Obi Mikel podcast?
Well, the thing is, Will, I've identified this a while ago. There's two types of podcasts out there, or there's not two, but a few types of podcasts. Former footballers who get their former footballer friends on to talk about things that we don't know about and never heard about, were never reported, or like journalists who do actual coverage in the games analysis. And a third one, which I think is exclusively the Upshot, where it's just like stories, like deep journalism that like
Scandal,
yeah, so he's joined the team of former professional footballers who get their former teammates on. And one of the first guests he got on, Will, was Frank Lampard.
Oh.
You know what Frank Lampard said?
What?
Yeah, Jude Bellingham, tried to sign him. Couldn't get over the line. Tried to sign him for Birmingham, but Chelsea Football Club wouldn't pay 20 million for Jude Bellingham.
Oh, I think that similar happened with United as well, apparently.
Hang on, do you think that's true? do you think that's just Frank Lampard lying? That's what I think.
Know. To me, I don't think he's lying, but I do think someone probably lied to him. Like he said it to someone, pass it on. They went, yeah, okay.
Any update on that Jude Bellingham thing? Oh, they said it was too much. 20 million? Yeah. It
He's
was.
too young or something. But we have hundreds of young men.
Did we get in trouble before with FIFA for signing underage players?
Yeah,
not this one?
It's to do with that, I think.
Possibly he was like too, but I just thought like it's a classic managed thing, because Solskjaer had that same thing where he said he tried to sign this player and that player, and
Haaland,
I tried to sign Haaland, but just couldn't get over the line. It's like, why not? It's politics, office politics, like
the board.
The board, you know what boards are like. It's so easy to say after your manager, like, yeah, we tried to sign him, but I liked him, I knew he was going to be good, but no one else believed me. I was just kind of a visionary, ahead of my time.
Because if you're a manager, then surely you're trying to sign everyone good. There's no one you say no to. You see a video of Haaland, you go, yeah, can we buy him, please?
Yeah, I mean, everybody could say that he's good, but it's I don't know. Look, I didn't even listen to the podcast for a while. I just saw a transcript. I was like, Frank Lampard tried to sign Jude Bellingham. I was like, no, he fucking didn't. Like, easy to say now when he's ripping up for Dortmund for years and then Real Madrid, but like he wasn't even saying it when he was playing for Dortmund, but now when he's playing for Real Madrid, it's like, oh yeah, I tried to sign him. It's like, well, so yeah, this podcast is sponsored by the Obi-Wan podcast. Listen to John Obi Mikel.
Part of the No Nonsense Network.
Listen to John Obi Mikel talk about his falling out with Jose Mourinho. But yeah, we had Ange obviously had to front up after this game. Well, I was expecting this to be kind of a real bump in the road for Ange Postecoglu. Because, like, he kind of risked it all and came away with nothing.
Yeah.
On the pitch. But Spurs fans will, I don't know if you saw this, were applauding the goals going in for Chelsea. Is in like, well, you know, fair play. I know, I can see what you're trying to do there, Big Ange.
Yeah.
And what he was trying to do was play a high line with 9 men.
Not even now. Like, when you hear a high line, everyone's seen the picture now. They're really in the opposing half, like, and I think they were very lucky that it was Chelsea they were playing, who could not wrap their heads around it for so long. If you're doing that against City or someone, you're going to lose 40-0. They're just going to do the runs a bit deeper.
Yeah, it was so telegraphed on TV anyways that you could see them trying to make the runs and doing it wrong, or the pass wouldn't come off. It's like, oh, like, lads, it's so on there. And then there's a few times they got through, and then it fell to Cucurella. It's like, well, he's not the man to get in that position. Yeah. And he would, you know, mess it up. Or there's a video going around, if you saw it, of like all the chances they had after the 9 men went off versus the 4 goals they actually scored. It's a weird, bizarro world outcome where Ange Postecoglu comes out, you know, the winner of this, and the hat-trick hero, Nicholas Jackson, comes off. It's like, you're terrible.
Who do you think you are celebrating?
The worst hat-trick in Premier League history. Well, that's what I've read on X.
It was just a mad, because again, it was that of where Spurs fans seemed delighted. Big Ange, like, some people were praising him.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just lost 4-1 to a very beatable Chelsea.
A bad Chelsea side, yeah.
Like, you should have won that. Even after the first red card, you still probably could have won that game.
Yeah. Well, this is it. Once the first red card happens, you know, standard procedure, take off attacking player, shorten his field, or defender.
Keep it tight, no messing.
Keep it tight, no messing. Especially when you're better than the team you're playing, and they struggle to beat teams every week. Bide your time, and you can get back in this game, and you can get a foothold. And, like, you know, you see sometimes when, like, it's harder to play against 10 men because, you know, they're working a lot harder than you because they
stop playing their high line.
They usually stop playing their high line. They sit back, you know. But they said no. Let's just keep going. And it's like, yeah, they had that Dyer goal that was disallowed.
Yeah,
I think that would have done it for them. You know, that would have got them back to 2-2. As it was, that was disallowed. And then they lost 4-1 but like, you know, when the third goal was in, like, you know, goal differences does come into it at some point. You know, I mean, it rarely does, to be honest. I don't remember the last time someone missed out on top 4 because of goal difference.
But it can.
Good. So, yeah, I don't know. It seemed kind of mad, but yeah, then he comes out afterwards and everyone's like, oh, he's just so genuine, you know. It's like, genuinely clueless, you know. I mean,
like, he easily could have gotten a point from that game, and a point could be massive if you're going for the title. You were unbeaten up until now, it looked like you were, but even if you start dropping back into the race for 4th, there's a lot of unbelievable teams. A point could be massive.
Yeah, but I suppose there's relief now. The streak is over. You know.
Yeah, but the streak is over and you lost all the players.
Let's put that invisible talk to bed, you know. It's done. It's not going to happen. It's just going to be a normal season where we win the league.
Something that we absolutely nailed over the last few weeks. We get a lot wrong in the show, but every now and then we get a good one. The Ange loving is over from the rest of the league, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Today it was announced he won his 3rd Premier League Manager of the Month in a row. And
he's like LeBron James.
I think the overwhelming response to it was people being like, okay, I'm sick of this now. I've had enough of this fella. Stop talking about him.
Yeah, and to be fair, they were unbeaten in November. It was for October, but it's all like recency. It's like,
exactly,
we just saw him last 4-1, then he gets Manager of the Month. It's like, oh, it's like, that's why they don't give man the matches to losing players anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just awkward. It's like, you know, no one wants this award. Oh, sorry to cut you off there, Carl and Will, but we're gonna have to stop you there. But you know what? If you like that preview, if you like what you heard, and you want to hear more, become an ultra today and listen to the rest of the bonus episode.
You've got the backlog of all the rest of the bonus episodes.
Well, that's true. All the other bonus episodes are ultra only as well. All available in the link in the description. $4.50 a month. Very affordable, I would say, Will.
Yeah, easy. Well, that's probably not a good thing to say.
Well, it's affordable because when we set it up, we put it $450 because we thought that's what euros were, but it's actually dollars. So
we went under. We were supposed to go over.
yeah, there was something like we were trying to get the conversion rate so it'd be €5, but we actually had $450, and now it's like more.
It's the cheapest Patreon out there, lads.
Not by design, but it is. So yeah, if you want to become an ultra and listen to more of that, be my guest, make my day.
Yeah. Punk.
If you're brave enough to become an ultra, that is, because it's commitment, it's intense in there. So you know what? I'll leave you to it. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do, and we'll do what we do. And
we'll be doing what we do. We'll be back
after the weekend games of the 11th, 12th. We'll be back.
Yeah.
After that, on an undisclosed date and location for me. So yeah, look, thanks everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you then.
Good luck.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
Melodrama upon melodrama. This is a total, shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
He was balls off yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than topple all the time.
No problem.